Well, well, well. Welcome back. Didn't see this guy in ages. I know, right? I know. It's shameful. It's pitiful. It's straight up treasonous. How's it going, Haku? Hope you're good, man. Has it been like 2 weeks? 3 weeks? I don't know. It's been an amount of time since the last stream. How's it going, Lavamp? How's it going, my friend? Baldy shame. Really? Just a few days before I see you again, I get a sub gift again so I can use the emotes. Hey. Hell yeah. Very good. Very, very, very good. So the stream chat overlay thing has changed because the one I used before, for whatever reason, has completely broken. Hey, meat puppet. Man, that is loud. That is always so loud. I appreciate you, meat puppet. Thank you, thank you. I am missing another thing on my streaming docs. What is it? Is it this? No, it's not that. Go away, stupid pop-up. What am I missing? Space over there. This is what happens when you don't stream for a while. Things like break or something. I appreciate you, meat puppet. I'm not sure if there was a message along with that, but I don't have my activity feed, is what it seems to be. So I can't see what was said. That's annoying. Man, where is it? Ah, well. It is what it is. It is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. Honestly, every time that plays, I like start jamming to it. Get the head bop going. Appreciate it, BC. You've been a member for a while now, BC. Been a member for a while. Appreciate the support as always. One must jam to it. I know, right? It's a tune. It is. Oh. Back to the hardcore playthrough. Don't know whose brilliant idea this was, but we're gonna do it. Hey, I'm glad you guys like the song choice. I'm glad you like it. I have considered changing it, but I think the last time I changed it was years ago when I changed it. And it just didn't feel the same, so it had to come back. I've literally been using that now. 9 years. Insane amount of time. Alright, what are we going to do? The path that leads to Drummond Cars. Board a shuttle to Drummond Cars. We can do that. Probably without dying. Probably. Except Marshall Sr. Kalia smells. Oof. The shade on Kalia right now. The shade. What's she got to say for herself?
Let's talk when you get the chance.
Ah, she might be into it. She might be into it. You hate that woman? As much as you dislike her, though, you have to admit that she is part of some of the best cutscenes in the game. Kalia and Watcher 2, when they interact, it is just freaking hilarious every time. Yeah, what's up, Frederick? The rules are pretty basic. I'm allowed 5 quick slots, which means I can have 5 abilities at any given time. Stims and med packs, things like that, they are allowed, but they have to be on the quick bar. So right now I don't have any med packs, so that's kind of useless being there. I should probably put something else there for now. Sweeping gunfire. That'll be a good one. Other rules are if I die, I've got to delete the character. Companions are not allowed to be used. I can have them with me if I need it for the sake of a mission or a cutscene or whatever, but just sort of usually I dismiss them anyways. So if they are with me, they need to be set to passive kind of thing. The rules, and you guys think it's a pretty severe instance of breakage, then you can tell me to delete the character. Like, you guys have that power. There are some other rules, I think, but I'm kind of spacing on that right now, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, every time I die, I have to increase the size of the user interface until it is eventually comically large. Are we from the same city? You have my accent? I don't know, maybe. Really lean into my accent that much while I'm streaming. I mean, I could if you want me to. I can just kind of like go full straight into Yorkshire mode if you want me to, but it's not typically the best thing for me to do because I end up talking really quickly and then nobody understands what I'm saying, so you got to rewind the stream to actually understand what I'm saying. Oh man, there's just something about rum and coke. I need Kalia with me for this. See? Classic instance of when you need your companion. Am I from Hull? Ah, shit. Shit. My city's been leaked. Shit. Run. I'm just kidding. But yes, actually. I am from Hull. That's low-key impressive, not gonna lie. Just... minute. I recognize that nasally, awful, strange accent. You need that white piece of shite with you.
If this were Hutta, I'd be scraping alien gunk off my boots.
Oh, another one of the rules. I can only press dialogue option 1.
Well,
Bro, want me to? Hey, fair enough.
Oh.
Whereabouts in Hull do you live? And I'll tell you if I'm nearby. Are you east, west? Your accent is cool. I always thought you were Irish. Irish? Irish? How can you... what? What? Oh, really? You live just off Hazel Road? Fair enough. I haven't been up that way in a long time, to be fair. I live in East Hull, though.
Nice jungle. You people got a freaky world. They ready for us?
Ready for departure.
So we are allowed to use taxis as well, but of course we need credits for that.
Enjoy your stay.
Been subbed for a bit, had no idea. Hey! You grew up on East Side? Damn. How old are you? I'm currently 30 years old. It'd be kind of funny if I knew you. Although if that's your real name, then I probably don't know you. I don't think I know anybody called Lucas. Frank, your beard is ginger. What? What?
The local fauna are mutating rapidly, and I believe the lightning spire could be the cause.
Where
Might you help me collect samples for further study?
are you seeing the ginger? Hang on, there's no light. Where?
Attention, citizen.
Where is the ginger?
A dangerous criminal was last seen in this sector.
I don't
Civilians
see
are hereby granted access to scanner probe resources
any ginger.
to aid in apprehending the offender.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. Orange, brownish? What are you what? What? You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I'm not leaving the webcam on. If the podcast comes around, I'll put the webcam on, but I prefer to keep it off. Mostly just so I can actually sit here in the dark and just kind of chill. Do I have TikTok? I think I made a TikTok account a really long time ago and then just kind of abandoned it. Nah, I'm not offended. I'm just like, where do you see the ginger? Brilliant. Brilliant. My beard is quite a dark colour. I think it might have some highlights of light colour. That's got to be grey hair and not ginger, right? I feel that, Haku. You've just got to sit in the dark while you game, right? You just got to. It's a preference. Preference. Has the UI been changed? No, it's not been changed.
This is not your domain, Keeper.
It's Jadis.
It is mine. It has always been mine.
Of course, my lord.
We'll go through
All you
this.
have built here, all you hope to control, it falls apart as easily as a human life. An hour ago, the Minister of Intelligence dropped to his knees and wept before me. He would do so too, if not for fear of being humiliated.
Your dissatisfaction
You have
is
a
clear,
decent
my
TikTok
lord. It will
following.
be remedied.
It's where you make
Now
most
I'm
of your
asking
content,
you
but you
to
also
leave.
do a podcast
You
stream
are
on here.
suffering in your presence.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Leave my domain
What do you do on
for
TikTok?
my choosing, Keeper. You, Agent, you were the one sent to Hutter. Is that correct?
What's going on here?
I am.
What? Option 1 only.
This is not your.
You're not.
Du-du-du-du-du. There we go.
That's correct, my lord.
I am Darth Jadis. You served me well in your dealings with Nemro. You will serve me well again.
I'm not drinking whiskey. I'm drinking rum. Why is the rum gone?
It would be an honor.
Sublimate your desires to those of the Empire, and you will go far. Keeper, you will use this one. He will complete the assignment as I have instructed.
He's quite capable, my lord, but he lacks experience. A more seasoned agent?
I have made my decision.
Why rum of all
I
things?
wish the situation resolved.
That
I go through phases with my alcohol. I mean, to be fair, Levamp is kind of right. Like, it would have normally been whiskey, or maybe even tequila, but I'd say probably over the past year, I've been leaning more towards rum. And the spiced rum flavor. I don't know, it just tastes good, man. Tastes good. Also, it's what pirates drink, right? Arr! And all that jazz.
Jadis mentioned an assignment, sir.
That's correct. I want you
Star Wars
outfitted
content,
and
man. I
ready
have
to leave
a
as soon as
pretty
possible. Grab your
extensive
equipment from the
Star
lockers
Wars
and meet me
room,
in my
so a lot of
office.
content
Once we're
highlighting
through
that.
with your debriefing,
And
we'll discuss
various-
your next mission.
Color me intrigued, Mr. Lucas Steele. Are you gonna tell me what this TikTok channel is called, so I can go do some snooping? I wanna hear what somebody else from my city sounds like on the internet, because it's not something you see very often. I think maybe like 3 or 4 times in the entire comment on one of my videos saying, "Are you from Hull?" And every time that happens, I'm like, "Oh my god, how did you know?" And they're like, "I'm from Hull too." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, fair enough." It doesn't happen very often. But what certainly doesn't happen is meeting somebody else who posts content from this city. So that I am intrigued by. Color me intrigued. That's a 1 for me. I got more than enough vitamin. Oh, damn. Ooh, Jedi Survivor. I'm actually thinking of doing another Jedi Survivor playthrough. Not gonna lie. I might do that. Might do that. Standout Steel. Appreciate, bro. I didn't know there was another like me in this city. Hey. That's exactly how I feel right now. That's how I feel. Graphics would kill every MMO. I think I probably don't agree with that. Just simply because of how many games have been suggested to be the WoW killer, and then nothing ends up being the WoW killer. So I don't think it would kill every MMO, but it would definitely kill this one. A modern Star Wars game with modern graphics, modern mechanics and gameplay. Run their multiplayer. Oh, Meat Puppet, you're so right. This is getting out of hand. Nah, there are 2 of them. Holy shit. We might have to bring this Lucas guy onto the podcast, just so we can flex the whole Star Wars. Why the hell not, right? Hang on a minute. I need to... Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Actually... I need to see this, Show me TikTok. I don't know who this guy is. How does TikTok work? How does any of this work? What was it called? Standout Steel. Yeah, just type that in here. Standout Steel. Do I want to log in? Nah, I'm good. Is this you? I'm going to assume this is you. You have 7,605 followers on TikTok. Is that good? Is that a good following for TikTok? Let's see here. You've got a couple of posts, some with a few million views. Hey, that's pretty good. 2.4 million views, 1.7 million views. But the Acolyte... Alright, let's take a look. Fuck, that's loud. Why does the Acolyte have a visual guide? That's what I'm confused by. If you know, you know. What am I looking at here? Mandalore. Qatar. Is that what we're centering on? Qatar? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, we all know what happened at Qatar. We all know what happened. Atris, though, that damn bitch, she didn't show up, did she? She should have been there. Man, out of all the Jedi that couldn't have died, it had to be Atris. Jeez. Jeez. Poor Master Vandar. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I see this red shirt and it instantly makes me think of Acosta. You've done a lot of posts, it seems. I do not recognize you, so I'm going to assume that I don't know you, IRL. Did you go to Star Wars Celebration? Bruh! No way! The Saturday pass? Dude, I was there! I was there! Can I see me? Can I see me in this video? Out of the queue. I shit you not. I walked in with my friend Phil, and as we walk in, we're walking into this huge, like, fucking warehouse place, and walking towards us are these drug-sniffing dogs, these freaking beagles, and me and my friend Phil look at each other like, oh shit, we're busted. And he pulls out the brownies, because obviously we took pop brownies with us. He pulls out the pop brownies, and he's like, dude, just eat it. Just eat it. And I was like, got this full fucking pop brownie, and then I had to wait over an hour in this freaking warehouse. Dude, you have no idea how many balls I was tripping. And no, the fucking dog didn't even come anywhere near us. It was clueless. I don't know what the dog was there for, but bro, that was the worst drug-sniffing dog my entire life. So yeah, if you're gonna learn anything from this, don't take pop brownies with you to Star Wars Celebration. No. It was fun though. It was fun. I have the photos somewhere. Oh, dude, so you went on the Saturday. I also went on the Saturday with my friend Phil. And one of the reasons we really wanted to go for the Saturday, see Hayden Christensen on the freaking stage. But guess what? Guess what happened? I mean, you must know what happened because you were there. We get there. He's meant to be the first guy up, or at least maybe early on, anyways. We get there, and they're like, oh no, sorry guys, Hayden Christensen's not going to be on stage. And guess who else they send out? They send out everybody's favorite Star Wars person, Catholic. Holy shit, biggest facepalm moment of my entire fucking life. The amount of people that left the gathering because they were hoping to see Hayden, insane. Also, I was one of the people that left the gathering, just so you know. I went to go look around everything else. It was held up meeting me and the white... Dude! So you're the reason why I didn't get to see Hayden. You're the reason why. God damn it. That is worth at least 10. But I'm gonna give you 1 because you're new around here. You can have 1, but normally that'd be at least 10. Okay? Alright? You just gotta take it. You gotta tank it. Don't do it again. Don't you ever steal Hayden from me again. God damn it. God damn you. No, this is really cooler. You're actually at Star Wars Celebration. Hell yeah, I walked past this. I walked past that. Have images of it. You get back to the stream and see TikTok. That just means the stream's going well. Yeah, they had so much cool stuff there, not gonna lie. They had a lot of cool things there. I think probably at Star Wars Celebration was the corner. I guess it's not really a corner. It was just a huge section of the room. And it was just filled with all of the droids from Star Wars. There was HKs, R2s, all sorts of different astromechs and protocol droids and battle droids. Ugh. It was a nerd's dream. It seriously was. It was really cool. Did you go to the Star Wars The Old Republic table where they had the cosplayers for Star Wars The Old Republic? Did you go there? Imagine leaving one's cave. Yeah, this was really cool. I enjoyed being there. Minus the pop brownie scenario. That was a little freaky. You saw plenty of cosplayers, but don't remember a table. Yeah, I don't know how many days they were there, but they were definitely there on the Saturday. And they had a really small table. In fact, I think it was quite close to ATST Walker thing that was from, is it The Mandalorian? I think it was from The Mandalorian. Yeah, I think it was like the actual prop from The Mandalorian. It was like just behind there. And if you had gone to that table, you would have gotten yourself a very cool little Star Wars The Old Republic metal pin. They were giving them out to just as fans of the game. Dude. Because I'm known in the community for criticizing the devs. So I walked up to the table and I was like, oh my god, Star Wars The Old Republic, I really like this stuff. And they were like, oh yeah, you know, you're a fan of the stuff. And I was like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. And they're like, oh my god, really? Which YouTube channel are you? And I was like, yeah, Star Wars Central. And they were like, just take this pin. There you go. It was kind of awkward. But I got the pin and then I left. So, and got food. But yeah, man, GG. Looks like you're doing pretty well on the TikTok stuff. This is a lot of videos. A lot of videos. If you use the Millennium Falcon logo, set that as a standard stock ship goodbye together, you can make an Ebon Hawk. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Well done. Takes a lot to be a nerd these days, and you did it. Yeah, that's pretty much how it was, BC. They were like, "Oh, you're that guy." It was at least a little bit awkward after that point, so I just kind of left. But also, why would they change their tune? Like, do they not think people have any kind of negative opinions on something? Like, what the hell? I mean, I was actually at Star Wars Celebration, right?
Come in, Agent. Let's talk. Kaleo, wait. Is that you? I do sit without.
Alright, back to the playthrough. Hey, no problem. I don't mind checking it out. That was kind of fun, not gonna lie. Although I'm just now realizing I didn't hear you speak at all, so I'm gonna have to go back and listen to you speak at some point. It's just a bonus mission. We'll ignore them. Let's go. Hey, no problem, Lucas. Be good to see you again. But otherwise, live long and prosper. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's why you don't tell them anything till after you get the cool stuff. They gave me it after I told them, though. Maybe that was their way of saying, like, you know, here, take this and leave. Take this and go. You don't have to find my thing.
Destination?
I couldn't really care less about it, I'm not gonna lie.
Enjoy your stay.
You really want to see Star Wars Celebration? I think I posted the pictures that I had on
They've sliced the public terminal system to broadcast
on Discord. I think I did.
propaganda. Shut them down.
I definitely posted a picture onto Twitter of me getting the pin. I still have that pin. And I'm not going to keep it. I fully intend on giving that away at some point. I don't know when and how, or who. But yeah, Star Wars Celebration it's fun. It is fun. I don't know if it'd be worth going over multiple days, just because you can walk around on the one day and see everything that's there. I think maybe the appeal for going for multiple days is if you were traveling countries. So like if it's hosted here in the one from Japan or something, then you might want to stay for a couple of days just because it's a long journey or whatever. But I don't think you would need any more than 2 days at Star Wars Celebration. Hey, it's a fat potato. I'm not using a companion. She is set to passive. But if it makes you feel better, I will dismiss her. What do I feel about Keanu playing Revan in a live action? Do you mean like it's actually happening, or do you mean just as a what if? I don't think I've actually heard anything of it happening. I think it's a little bit too old to be playing Revan at this point, depending on where they start. He would be a good actor for it, probably. Like, he would be a safe choice. Mostly because he kind of fits that vibe when you put him in all the outfit or whatever. I've got to be careful here. Quite often forget that pulling more than one mob can be quite devastating. Careful. Run! Make sure you wear a shirt that says okay, but I'm gonna speak to you in a thick Irish accent. It's happening. They've made movie trailers. Wait, what? They've made movie trailers? With Revan as Keanu Reeves? Or Keanu Reeves as Revan, rather? What? What?
Watcher 2 here. I'm receiving ID. You may
Yeah, I'm with Haku. What?
You're right. At that, you should assist.
There's what, a couple thousand slaves
Stop
here?
the cap.
If they had any brass, they wouldn't have waited till the statue was half built to start shooting. They deserve what they get.
I haven't drank enough to be dropping stuff yet. It's AI, it's not legit. Ugh. Where? Where is it, huh? Huh? It's nowhere. It doesn't exist. And if you're talking about this, it's definitely AI. How? How dare you?
Sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Getting good. On my way. Watch your back.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be cool. It would be cool. But And as I said, it would be a safe choice, right? But to play Revan, you might be needing a fresh, unknown actor who is a bit younger. And when I say might, I mean you will be needing a fresh, younger actor. Oh, we're also not allowed to loot. I need to remember that one. We're not allowed to loot off the enemies. Ability. Which is one of the biggest hindrances, to be fair. This thing's not doing that. It's really annoying. The guy who plays Starkiller and Darth Maul would play a good Revan. What, Sam Witwer? He's like mid-40s, pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, yeah, he could probably play Revan in a good manner just because he's a good actor. But I don't see him being cast as that character. Grenade, it seems, will be your most useful ability due to knocking weak enemies down. Yeah, Grenade is a pretty good one, to be fair. Especially when they're all, like, grouped up. Then, yeah, it's a pretty good ability to be using. Along with Sweeping Gunfire, right? Along with Sweeping Gunfire. Alright, how am I going to do this? Just kill these guys, maybe? It's a mob of 4. Yeah, we can kill these. Oh shit, that's a lot of damage. See what I mean? Gotta be careful. 29% HP I'm on right now. Gotta be careful. Who do I think? I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I don't feel like I know enough fresh faces to be able to choose. Your class is kind of boring ability rotation-wise. Just spam the AoE attack and we good. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Although I am going to need some defensive capabilities at some point. Shield probe. Be a good one to have. My escape ability would also be pretty useful. I feel like I'm gonna have to take these guys out. So alright. Alright. That was easier. Not gonna lie, wishing SWTOR would be hard like this. Not with that, John Jess. I agree with it. How about Jon Snow? What, Kit Harington? You think Kit Harington could play Revan? He might be too British. You know? You miss this game and it brings back so many memories? You could play. You could go play. They just recently changed some of the free-to-play restrictions as well, so it's actually a better time. Shit. This could be a difficult room. Alright. 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 Kalia, what are you doing? Go away.
See you.
Hey, what's up, Outcast? Hope you're doing good, man. What about the guy who played the Punisher? Oh, I know what you mean. That's an interesting choice. Hey, what's up, Elmaster? How you doing, my friend? Hey, that's what's missing. Elmaster, thank you. Thank you. You have made me realize what is missing from my OBS. It is my soundboard. My soundboard is missing. So I can't... Hello? Well, I don't make the rules. I guess I'm just gonna have to punch you in the face instead. Sorry, there's no hello there option. So you're just gonna have to be smacked. It's been too long. My old guild did Europe's first on EVKP Nightmare back in the day. Okay. Let's face facts here. That is cool. But the... Therefore, this badge of honor shouldn't be worn too much. But yeah, that is pretty cool. Also, depending on how long ago you played, they actually removed those modes. So there is no more EV and KP Nightmare. They no longer exist. They got straight up deleted. Is that his name, Benfall? I don't know his first name. Okay, now, here is the question. These two guys, is it gonna pull that guy? And just in case the answer is yes, I'm gonna move over here. Okay, the answer is no. Then why they were great, the speeder from EV was everyone's most sought after thing. Ah, that is hilarious to think about. Ah, God. What was that thing called? Was it like the Vectron Avenger or some shit like that? I know the one in the other mode is the Tessa Prime. Wait, was it called the Tessa Elite, maybe? But no, that's actually hilarious to think of because of how many reskins. That is one of the most reskinned mounts in the entire game. I know exactly which one you mean, though. But yeah, they removed Nightmare Karagas Palace and Nightmare Eternity Vault simply because players agreed that those modes were so ridiculously easy that there was no point in them existing. So the devs were like, hey, let's just delete them. Rather than tune them to be more difficult, let's delete them. And now they're no longer here. But they still have Nightmare Explosive Conflict. They still have that one. Thank God. Ooh, a cowboy hat. Maybe I should get a cowboy hat for this character. Okay, I don't know how this is going to go. I am skeptical of fighting an enemy with 3,000 HP right now, I'm not going to lie. Do I? I've got some better weapons, but I'm not allowed to use them because as per the rules, I'm only allowed to use green gear. So I can't even use them. Don't even have a head, wrist, or hand slot right now. So wonderful. Wonderful. I'm very worried about this. Just usual death things, man. I remember when EC hard mode came out, we spent hours trying to get world first on it. I had to off-tank on my Vanguard DPS at one point, thanks to dead tank. Yeah, explosive conflict is actually, it's still pretty difficult. I think it's one of the operations that you should probably take a new player to if you're wanting them to learn the basics. That is EV and KP, right? What's the game like generally now? It's much easier now. Much easier. They've accommodated to solo players. So basically all content in the game, barring operations of course, basically all content in the game, including flashpoints, are soloable. Group play isn't really encouraged as much as it used to be. Quality of life improvements. But a lot of those quality of life improvements contradict what makes the game good. So, for example, your personal starship, having your own personal starship back in the day and having it fully outfitted with the GTN, the mailbox, and the dummies, that was like peak endgame notoriety, right? Like you had that and then you knew that you were rich or whatever and you had all the convenience. These days, it's all about... You never visit your personal starship anymore for any reason because you have this. Oh, wait, I can't show you because I don't have a personal starship yet. But there's a shortcut that takes you straight to the galaxy map so that you can fly to anywhere in the galaxy without needing to go to your ship, for example. So there's been loads of quality of life improvements, which in a way are good, but they have, in many ways, detracted from what made this game a Star Wars MMO. It could go either way. Could. Also, rules are for losers. That's true. EV is just basically a flashpoint with more people. That's very true, Exiled. Also, it's up there to you. Oh, you wanted immersion? No. Yeah. That's it. So the players were like, hey, can we have some Star Wars content? And the devs responded. So we put beards on women. And no, that is not a joke. That actually happened. There are beards on women in this game. Progress. Ah, man. You stole the wife's lighter, but yours was dead. Boy. She's coming for you. Ah, shit. It's an ambush. Oh shit. I'm gonna die. 50% HP. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, very well. Beards on women so I can play as my ex. Ah, brilliant. I knew there's a reason why I liked you here, Elmaster. Your mom says hi. Hello, Levamp's mom. Levamp's mom not in the stream chat. Get her in the stream chat. I need to tell her about all the things that you keep saying to me. Yeah, Haku, you pretty much nailed it there. Sam out here trying to pick up a mill. Alright, we can use the XP boost. We decided before that that was fine. I guess I'm just going to try and level up or something. Because I ain't gonna kill that guy in there. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna die. I don't think I've ever been around here. Is there anything around here that's cool, useful in any way? Probably not, but let's take a look. Why can't we get good character creation? Not modern, but at least like in Star Trek Online, which is also an old-ass game. But no. Let's make a Padawan the main character, and let's do the 12 millions galactic season. Yep, I'm with you, Haku. I'm with you. Yeah, this has always been a really bad MMO. But back in the day, it did have that defense of, but it's a story-focused game, and it's got really good story. And then we had the expansions like Knights of the Eternal Throne and Knights of the Fallen Empire, which really emphasized story. And then Legacy of the Sith came around. And it all went to shit. I assume outliving blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's a white girl. I'm just casually slaughtering your message there. I assume out-leveling a zone is not allowed. Well, I'm only allowed to do main story missions, which is the purple mission, right? Your class missions. I'm not allowed to do side quests. I'm not allowed to do heroics. I'm not allowed to do... But if I want to just run around and kill NPCs, then that's kind of fine, just for the sake of leveling up a bit. But there's nothing in the rules that says that I can't level up beyond a zone. But that being said, with the way that it's kind of formulated, that shouldn't really happen. And again, You guys, the viewers, you guys get to decide these rules, right? You guys get to bend the rule. Me? Which, by the way, I'm not sure if you can see this, but in the top right, the death count is 7. This is the 8th. Excuse me. This is the 8th attempt. I have died 7 times. And had to delete 7 characters. So I don't think it's going easy at the minute. That might be an overestimation. Legacy of the Mando, certainly. That is, so you're gonna be fine out-leveling anything. Yeah, that's kind of like what I figured, right? New rule, you can only use lightsabers on your gunslinger.
Wait a minute. How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Apparently not.
I mean, if it worked, I would do it. I would do it, but no, that doesn't work. I mean, just imagine my pain. Because in the first attempt, I was only allowed 1 quick slot. I was only allowed 1 ability. And I made it all the way to like level 9. And then I got absolutely bodied by a droid. Absolutely bodied. It was literally impossible. Straight up impossible. You see, normally people work the other way around with the rules. They'll make it really easy and then try to make it a little bit harder as they go. I started backwards. I was like, all right, let's and then just start tuning it to the point where it is kind of possible, right? Welcome back, Meat Puppet. Oh, a security chest. Nice. See, stuff like this, you don't... When a new area comes to the game, if and when a new area comes to the game, that is, you don't see things like this, security chests, in strange places behind buildings. Because I'm that type of player, right? Like, I'll go looking behind buildings and crevices and stuff just for the sake of it. And they don't do that anymore. I think it's time to switch up this hardcore playthrough. New rule, there is no rules. Do whatever, kill them all. But then it's not a hardcore playthrough then, right? If I just do whatever. In your first playthrough, you played as Sith Warrior and was underleveled on Tatooine and got my ass kicked by that Jedi that makes his Padawan go to sleep. Yeah, I know which one. J.C. Wilson's all teachers. One strong, 2 weeks. Let me take these guys on. Gotta stay out there as AoEs though, because they're pretty tough. Gotta be careful. Nearly dead. Alright, who can tell? Meant to be. Whoever can tell me who this is meant to be, I'll give you a cookie. I'll give you a clue. Their name begins with a V. Do you know who it is? The Unfinished Colossus. Okay, Elmaster. I know that you were trying to say Vauron, but somehow you fucked that up. Volrant. Volrant. That must be Vauron's alter ego. The one that's not quite as debaucherous. That's hilarious. Darth Valorant. Yeah, this is meant to be Darth Vauron. Meant to be. But then the construction was stopped and halted. Yeah, I can do that, Olivia. Who can tell me why it was halted? Come on. Reason why progress was halted on the Unfinished Colossus. Yes, it was a slave rebellion. Technically, you're right. But who orchestrated it? Barrows gave gun. You guys are on fire. The wide man? I accept that answer. You're damn right it was Barrows. You're damn right. Those guys feuding. Brilliant. I'm so glad that you guys actually know stuff. Level up. Darth Barrows the Wide. I was going to be able to jump on that. Right, we'll just hide here for a moment. Hide here. Are you allowed to hunt holocrons in hardcore mode? I'm going to go with no. Purely because I came to a new server with a completely fresh legacy to do this. I have basically zero progress in anything, including holocrons. In fact, the only progress you can see are the starter planets from our past attempts. As you can see, we died 7 times already. We died on Hutter. We died on Korriban. We died on Typhon. We died on Drummond Cars already. But we're back. We're here. So yeah, I'm probably going to go with a nerf. Died this stuff. Anyways, I just need to go and make the baby a milk bottle. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. am back. I am back. Are you surprised that I don't get stream sniped? Kinda hard to do that when you're not in a PvP zone. I don't know why the BRB toggle didn't stay up. I must have accidentally clicked it off or something. Weird. Weird. Alright. Time to go get killed by some freaking level 12. Oh boy, oh boy. Not sure how that works, but okay. We might have to go get another level up here. Alright, time to kill all these goons again. Kalia, go away.
I'm gone.
Not meant to be here. No sound? You have sound? You do have sound? Oh, you don't have sound. You guys hear it? You do? Okay, cool. That's weird. Really not sure how I'm gonna beat this guy. I might have to lure him into this. I was muted? Was I muted? And this is not gonna work, I don't think. This guy's actually pretty tough. Come on. This could be it. No! No! With a finishing shot as well. Did you hear it? There. Freaking finish me. I had a feeling that wasn't going to work. Why are my blasters glowing? Where? It looks strangely cool. Hey, what's up, madman? My presence caused your death. Yeah, it was your presence. Somebody banned that guy. I was playing totally fine and wasn't messing up at all. Well, that went well. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is a dead playthrough. But I do just want to find out if this guy is actually beatable. For research purposes.
Another time.
Is he actually beatable? Insane. We actually made a pretty difficult playthrough. Yeah, the death count is now 8. It is now 8. Yeah, gotta do the UI. Up by 1. There you go. God damn. Nah, this guy's really tough. Damn. That actually might be the toughest NPC we've come across yet. Holy shit. Yeah, we got pretty close. Character deleted in accordance with the rules. And it's bugged out again. It always bugs out when it comes to deleting a character. Joined in to see you die. Yeah. Yeah. That's 8 deaths now. So far. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong so far. I mean, we're making it off the starter planets now, which is something. I guess it might be something to be proud of. Hot damn. Hot damn. All right. What should we do next? Which story and class do you think we should try next? Let's see some suggestions. You know, we already tried Consular. We could give it another go, though. Give Sage a go. I don't think we've done Bounty Hunter yet. Bounty Hunter could be a good one. Okay, we'll try with the Consular Sage, and if that doesn't work out, we will try. Yeah.
The Jedi way is to serve.
Shut up, bitch. Sorry, that was a bit aggressive. I mean... Why would anybody want this? Bet. Gotta make him thick, body type 4. Super ugly. Super pale, maybe? Green eyes is mandatory. Man, whose idea was it to put beards on women? With this haircut as well. Holy shit. We made one of the developers. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. Not kidding at all.
This.
There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos.
This is too funny. Look at that face. Look at that face. Oh, man. Alright, here we go. Round 9.
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
Yeah, KK would be proud. The force is female. Brought to you by Disney Plus.
Flesh Raider reinforcements. We must protect the Gnarls.
Be fun. Just ignoring all the Flesh Raiders. Who needs XP? I mean, I'm probably... These playthroughs aren't entertaining all by themselves. Yeah, we know, Levamp, we know. Right. The smuggler or trooper storyline yet for this playthrough. Oh, pulled something. Oh shit. Don't know why I was worried though. Let's go. Got a playthrough to do.
Flesh Raider reinforcements. We must protect the Gnarls. Flesh Raider reinforcements. We must protect the Gnarls.
When fire doesn't damage you in a game. Did anybody else do that? Anybody else just go jump in fire and see if it hurts them? Is that just me? You know, I missed a character that we had, which had a mount. I missed that. Isn't the Jedi Council of the West story, or is it just me? No, no, it's definitely there. It is a pretty sucky story. You can find some enjoyment in it. But you've got to really look, you know? You gotta... You think the smuggler is the worst? See, I don't remember the smuggler being that bad. But you're not the first person to say that they think the smuggler is the worst. Not the first person I've heard say that. You know, every time I come down here now, I'm so flabbergasted by how many small rocks they've added. Like, they never out to me. All these little rocks. With terrible UV mapping. Look at the UV mapping on this thing. Look at that seam right there. See that seam? Right there. What the fuck is that? Who made this rock? Do you know how easy... Look at this one. Look at it. Ugh. Gross. The story is boring, but the character is cool. Now that is something I can agree with. That is something I can agree with.
I don't care. I'm ready for the final trial.
How is an NPC living the life I should be having? Like what? Who are you referring to? 3 out of the 4 light side stories suck compared to the dark side. Do you know what? You could be onto something there. But I would take any of the Imperial stories over any of the Republic ones. Jesus Christ. That face is just horrible. It's like somebody bleached Mako and then dragged her through a field of vibroblades and then forced her to put makeup on and dye her hair and cut it. And then somehow grew a beard. It's just so awful. It's so... that it might actually be a piece of art. Jesus Christ. This is by far the worst face I've ever seen in this entire game. Yeah, that's fair enough, Haku. That's fair enough. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, they're definitely cast Elmaster. Also, that level 12 NPC. We were kind of close to getting it. Kind of close. But it had the gas. Had like a gas ability. And it just did too much damage.
I'd like to...
Looks like your liberal arts professor. It's funny you should say that. Because this is your liberal arts professor. Oh man, that... I actually called it not a dev. I feel like we have seen so much of the light side perspective in media that when we get to those Imperial stories, feel like they put more effort in. At least that's my view on it. I think that they were just written better full stop. Not gonna lie. Like, it's not to say that the Republic has bad writing. That the Imperial has superior writing. I mean, a story like the Imperial Agent versus the Jedi Consulate, like, it's not even close. It's not even close. Oh yeah, that joke already came up, Elmaster. We've done that a couple. The Empire is just not boring. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, even the side quests and stuff for the Empire are just so much more fun.
Right, Cap.
Just, Nate and Nate. Oh.
Yeah, light side point. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, Imperial Agent story is what Battlefront should have been. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Very true, Elmaster. Everything is better on the Imperial side. Even the music is better. God damn it. It's just you being a dick for no reason. That's kind of true. Especially when you're playing like somebody like the Trooper or the Jedi Knight. Like a Trooper dark side playthrough technically doesn't even make any sense. Because you are meant to follow orders, and if you don't, then you would be, like, written up or disciplined, going on a tribe. You just go AWOL, and you just do whatever you want. Which I guess maybe that's good role-playing, right? But at the same time, it's like, how does that even make any sense? Kind of like the same for being a Jedi Knight, right? Like, you spend your entire campaign making dark side choices. But the Jedi Council are still like, yeah, but they're gonna kill the Emperor, so let's just let them do it. And then right at the end, they're like, eh, you're kind of an asshole. Even though you saved the galaxy and you seem to be dark-sided, therefore fuck you. Like, that's brutal. That's brutal, man. Alright, you gotta be careful. There's a lot of mobs around here. Yeah, exactly, Haku. Exactly. Coruscant set things up as guards are giving you evil orders, and going light side would be go against her, but the idea went away after we leave Coruscant, and her being evil is rarely brought up. Not gonna lie. Gotta take your leave? Hey, no problem, Levamp. I appreciate you hanging out. Make sure you say hello to your mom for me. I certainly will, Levamp. See you soon, see you soon. Ah, shit, I feel the big mob. Oh, this might be it already. We're alive. Oh, shit. We're alive. Ooh, that was... Hey, no worries, Haku. Appreciate you hanging out, man. I'll catch you next time. Yeah, dark side trooper, just following orders type of soldier. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Escape the collapsing cave. Okay. I'm gonna take that as a no. Like, we just take a slow... Like, we're not in a rush. Just phasing through rocks. Average day in Chile. Yeah, playing a dark side smuggler like a pirate, that actually makes sense. That makes sense. Like Hondo, the pirate. I don't think that this cave is actually collapsing, you know? I don't think there was actually anything to be worried about. Hey, what's up, Michael? I don't know if it did used to have a timer or not, to be honest. I didn't think it did. Honestly, I was just curious to see if it would, like, auto-kill us or something after a certain amount of time, but then nothing happened. Put some sort of risk in there. Make me feel like I actually need to leave, you know? Maybe take periodic damage or something, like from the rocks falling, or... I don't know, anything, right? Better than nothing. The only Jedi Knight mission I remember at a time is the one prison planet where the bomb was about to blow up. On Belsavis? Hmm.
They're back! And they're bigger! Grab your blasters!
Is that your character had plot armor in that section? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one way of swinging it. If plot armor grants immersion, then, you know...
Greetings. You are cleared for the
Ah, man, I'm not rich enough for the taxi. What the hell? Thank you for the follow. I gotta run all the way to the Jedi Temple. What the hell? It's painful not to have rocket boost. Now that would be a cool feature of the game. You save the galaxy and you get free taxi transport everywhere.
Padawan, I just spoke to Rana Dalven. I want... Well, General... You've had... Son, you should not...
Probably still don't have enough credits for the taxi. Let's find out though.
Our training is slow for a reason.
Reminder, mechanized travel
Oh,
is
we
for
have enough.
official business only.
I don't play GTA Online, so I actually don't know if you're trolling or not. Is that actually a thing in Grand Theft Auto Online? That's hilarious if it is. You did miss a death, yeah. We pretty much died at the right at the place where you last saw me on Drummond Cars, so don't even worry. You fight a parody of Elon Musk called Avon. He tries to cause a nuclear war with his evil AI. Jesus Christ. That's still kind of funny. Ooh. A Simpsons prediction. Trust it to be GTA Online. Ah, You know, I've been doing this challenge for so long now that the actual game is going to feel so easy to play when I... Return to the carving.
Telemetry is received. All droids report your battle performance. Set it. Take.
There is a secondary quest where you meet a gal that either prediction or rare or was put in the game after Force Awakens.
I don't know.
No, I don't think that was put in the game after the Force Awakens. That'd be really unlikely. I think I know which Padawan you're talking about as well. Is that the mission near the bridge? Near this bridge, maybe? This one here? Her there? Padawan Fear? Or Fire? Something like that? I think you're talking about her. Yeah. I am going to do some story streams at some point where we just go through some of the side quests on planets and stuff. Because that's something I haven't done in a long time, to be honest. And I kind of miss it.
Hello again, Padawan. I'm glad to see you well. As for C.O. Bakan, I was there to greet you when
Granddad
you
was
first
also
arrived.
the Emperor, then you might be onto something.
In this you first would
Look fine.
Rajavari's hologram proves the same technique existed. Don't you over much? You and I did the I don't
Level 6. She could be a child of the Emperor for all we know. Yeah, I guess that's right. Damn, we're going pretty far out already.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes.
Which way? Where? Or that way? I'm gonna go this way.
Be safe out there.
is to avoid paying child support. Not that he couldn't afford it. He just didn't want to, straight up.
Please, I need your help. Runoff from the Flesh Raider camp is poisoning our wildlife.
Looks legit. Working as intended. He didn't become emperor by paying debts to any loser. You're definitely right, Elmaster. Ow. Come on. A little closer. Bye. What's the purple? I'm not gonna pick it up, but what is it? Dark spores. Lactic seasons thing. Wait for my HP a little bit here. Man, there's so many mobs to fight. He's not dead. Holy shit. He survived. Oh, hello. Ah, shit, he brought a friend. across. The idea is that he sees the devastation that child support leaves. And is like, what the dark side, is this what the dark side leads to? And loses motivation to continue walking on the dark side, deciding to start walking on the light. It makes sense lore-wise. I think yes. I think it could, because Lord Scourge in the Revan book kind of goes through the same mindset, right? Imperial in the Revan novel, until he learns about what the Emperor did, and what the Emperor did was consume the world of Nathima. And Scourge finds that out, and he's like, oh shit, he's gonna do that to us. So for the sake of preservation of the Sith, we must take out the Emperor. He must be defeated because he is a quote. So even Scourge saw through it. Even he was like, you know, I'm dark side, but that's too much, my guy. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Ah, dang it. Dude interrupted me and blindsided me. You know, there will always be something satisfying about throwing a rock at someone. That ability, Project, man, it's kinda satisfying to use. So my Sith Warrior goes on a similar arc. Basically, Vitiate causes 2... Exactly. Exactly. But the thing is with Scourge, is that the only reason Scourge really, quote-unquote, betrays the Emperor is because he believed, at the time, that Revan would be able to defeat him. So had Revan not entered the scenario, and it was just Scourge, he probably would have just played along, because there was nothing... wouldn't be able to kill the Emperor. So he decided to help Revan and Mitra Surik the Exile get to the Emperor because they could potentially defeat him. And then that didn't really work out. That did not work out at all. Have you read the Revan novel at all? Yeah, Part T3. Dude is an MVP though. If it wasn't for T3, then Revan might actually be dead. What's up, by the way, Anthony? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Shadow Bills? Did you right click? That's not doable in these missions. We're not doing Knights of the Fallen Empire or Knights of the Eternal Throne right now. Those are the only story missions that you can change difficulty with. You saw Summaries and you've yet to read the book? Well, there are some really cool moments in the book. I actually posted a few excerpts on the channel. Let me find one for you. I usually go for the audiobooks just because I prefer to listen to them, especially like when I go to sleep or something. Like, I really like having them play. Let me find it. I'm gonna find the right one. Okay, I think it's these two.
They were no wonder.
The book was really good. Same for all SWTOR books. Yeah, I agree. The Old Republic books are kind of like a must-read. What's up there? Thank you very much.
If your information proves false...
So this is when Lord Scourge... Alright, so I'm not going to spoil it too much for you. But basically, so Lord Scourge could get to the Emperor with Revan and Mitra, he had to play along with this plan. So he was like, alright, I'm going to go speak to the Emperor and grass up some... This is literally what he does, and he's planning it in his head before he goes in, and he's like, if the Emperor can tell that I'm lying, then I'm totally fucked. But he goes in and speaks to the Emperor, and this is what the Emperor says in response to him.
If your information proves false, however, you will suffer a fate more terrible than anything you can imagine.
As he spoke, the dark circles of his eyes seemed to fill with a swirling red mist. And for a brief instant, the Emperor gave Scourge a glimpse of his true self. Scourge cried out in anguish as the Emperor's mind brushed against his. Then he collapsed to the floor, shaking like a child. The touch lasted less than a second, but in that time, he witnessed indescribable horrors that dwarfed anything the dark side could conjure even in his worst nightmares. And beneath the formless terrors lurked the unbearable void, the pure emptiness of total annihilation. It was over as quickly as it had begun, the awful vision retreating into his subconscious like a repressed memory.
It's one of my favorite moments in the entire book. And this one, which is a moment that all Star Wars fans should really be excited for. And in the book, the Exile and Lord Scourge from a prison, and as he's being rescued, the Exile gives Revan his mask, and he regains all of his memories.
Scourge braced himself for the end. Just then, Revan emerged from the cell. He had pulled the hood of his Jedi robe up to cover his head, and he wore the red and gray mask hiding his face. A dozen bolts of lightning sprang from Nyrus's hand, arcing across the room to incinerate her enemies. Instead of leaping back into the cell to avoid the deadly attack, Revan stepped forward to intercept it. Both hands were held in front of him, his arms fully extended at shoulder height, his thumbs touching and his fingers splayed wide. He drew the bolts of lightning into his waiting grasp, channeling them away from their intended targets and absorbing their power. "I am Revan Reborn," he said to Nyrus, "and before me, you are nothing." Nyrus's eyes went wide as Revan unleashed the power of her own attack against her.
I won't spoil any more than that for you. But the Revan novel, honestly, it's got some incredible moments in it. And to be fair, it shouldn't really even be called the Revan novel, because there's so much of Lord Scourge in it that it actually might be more reasonable to call it the Lord. But it's still freaking awesome. Really freaking cool. Especially how they introduce Scourge. Oh, so good. I could talk about this for days, man. It is really good. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's worth the read. Like, I was never really into the books when it came to Star Wars. But when I went balls deep into the Revan novel, like, I became hooked. I had to read everything after. It was fantastic. The book gets a bad rap by some people, just because of the way that this game itself has played out, along with how KOTOR 1 and 2 played out, or whatever. So some people don't like it, because it had to be written a certain way. But still, I think it's awesome. And it fills in, like, all of the gaps between KOTOR 2 and Star Wars The Old Republic. For you on what happened with Revan. So, like, if you had never played Star Wars The Old Republic before, and you only wanted to play it for the sake of the Revan story, then you would read that book first. That book is the prequel for you. You would read that book, then go play the game, because you would understand everything in the game at that point. No wonder so many people like Scourge. Yeah, Scourge is but you're probably never gonna see Scourge in the game again, not gonna lie. Yes, that's pretty much it, Elmaster. That's pretty much it. Also, and again, like, I'll try not to spoil anything for you here, even though I've already just played a couple of things for you. But I think the main reason why some people don't get along with it, what happens with the exile. So obviously in KOTOR 2, you play as the exile. People are attached to that character as much as they might be attached to Revan. So to see what happens with the exile in that book, I don't think some people were a fan of it, you know? But it is what it is. It happened the way that it happened, and I guess it needed to happen that way. Fully intend on animating the entire story from the Revan novel. I mean, summarized, of course, because the novel is like 12 hours long or something, but yeah, I'm going to be animating that as part of my Tales of the Old Republic series.
So, it's... Thanks. This names... You don't know.
Yeah, so you already know then. I mean, I think it's pretty common for people to know that, right? But yeah. But the way that it happens in the book is so much cooler though, man. Like, yes, she just gets stabbed in the back. But the way that everything happens in that moment is so freaking cool. It's really cool. And in fact, it's technically Revan's fault. Because Revan told Scourge about visions and about how they can be changed or influenced or how they can become your fate. And Scourge took that really literally. He took it very literally. In one conversation Scourge has with the player, he says that Revan told him to be effective when he became the Wrath. That happens in the book? No, not quite. Revan didn't know that he was going to be betrayed. But he does, I believe, you know what, fuck it, let's listen to it. I've got a lot of books on Audible. Red Harvest. That is another pretty good book. Red Harvest is basically a horror movie. It's really, really a good book, is Red Harvest. So good that I cannot spoil it for you. That's another good one. Annihilation. That's all about Theron Shan, and it's also got Nosh Dural in there as well, which is really good. He does some cool stuff. Deceived. The Deceived novel is all about Darth Malgus and Aaron Lanier. It's actually really good. The initial... basically a very detailed explanation of what happens at the sacking of Coruscant. It explains what happens right before, and then what happens as it all goes down. Ah, the Darth Bane novels. Incredible. But here is the one we are looking for. The Revan novel.
By only a few centimeters. Revan landed on the ground and wheeled around to face the other man. He thrust out with the force, the impact hitting the soldier square in the chest. Instead of sending him flying, it only staggered him back half a step.
Yeah, so this is pretty much it. This is Revan, Mitra, and Lord Scourge. They all barge in to the Emperor's fortress. And because Lord Scourge, the Emperor at that time, he's trying to use his authority to just make his way into the throne room until the guard sees Revan's mask, and she's like, holy shit, assassins. And then just a massive fight breaks out. Huge fight.
This close,
I'd expect you to return.
In the throne room, setting a shower of dust and debris exposed throat. T3 had followed him into the throne room, but Mitra and Scourge were still locked in battle with the guards in the hall outside. They were waging a fighting retreat. They had maneuvered themselves so they could back into the throne room while keeping the guards at bay. At the far end of the hall, another half a dozen of the Imperial Guard rounded the corner. Revan reached out with the force and ripped the vaulted stone archway in the ceiling above them free from its setting. A shower of dust and debris rained down on the reinforcements, sending them into temporary retreat. It wasn't enough to block the passage, but it did buy Scourge and Mitra a few precious seconds to complete their retreat into the chamber. They crossed the threshold, still engaged with Captain Yari and the 3 surviving Imperial Guard that had escorted them to the throne room. Revan reached out with the force and slammed the durasteel doors shut, the clang echoing loudly in the throne room. "Seal the doors!" he shouted at T3. Then he turned his attention to the other end of the throne room. The Emperor was seated on his throne, watching the proceedings with cold detachment. Revan felt the same chill he had experienced the last time he had come into the Emperor's presence. The physical manifestation of his enemy's malevolent power.
I did not expect you to return,
the Emperor said, rising to his feet. Revan didn't bother to reply as he charged forward.
I won't worry too much. Pretty much every stream I do ends up getting a copyright strike in one way, shape, or form. So I'm not even worried. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy to listen to this.
Scourge was an expert swordsman. At the academy, even the instructors had been reluctant to face him in the training ring. When the dark side flowed through him, his blade was more than a weapon. It became an extension of his will. Captain Yari's skill with her electrostaff was impressive, but ultimately she was no match for a Sith Lord. Knowing this, She had wisely adopted a defensive style to hold off the first few flurries of Scourge's attack, her focus on stalling him long enough for one of her companions to join the fray before switching to a more aggressive form. Now Scourge was forced to defend himself on two fronts as he backed into the throne room. In his peripheral vision, he saw that Mitra was in a similar situation, retreating while battling a pair of enemies. The fact that Revan hadn't come to their aid told Scourge that the Jedi had gone to confront the Emperor, conjuring up images from Scourge's vision of him lying broken and beaten on the floor at the Emperor's feet. Yari's staff slipped through his defenses and clipped him on his right shoulder. Scourge's armor absorbed the worst of the blow, though he felt a painful jolt from the Electrostaff's charge that made his hand and arm tingle. Even as Scourge cursed himself for allowing thoughts of his vision to distract him, he deftly switched his blade from his temporarily numb right hand to his left. The move was dangerous. It left him momentarily vulnerable as he made the switch. Fortunately, his opponents were unprepared for the unorthodox tactic, and neither was able to take advantage. While he and Mitra fought the quartet of guards, T3M4 was busy sealing the doors. The droid was spraying black foam along the edge where the double doors came together. Scourge recognized the foam as a powerful contact adhesive commonly used to repair starships. Seconds after being exposed to air, it would harden into a substance that could be cut only with a plasma torch. Yari's blade nearly caught him again, narrowly missing his cheek. Scourge swore out loud. If he didn't stay focused on the fight, his vision of the Emperor killing him wouldn't even have a chance to come true. "Go help Revan!" Mitra shouted to T3 as the astromech finished his task. Scourge pressed his attack, calling on the dark side to transform his uncertainty and fear into white-hot rage. He felt the power coursing through him, the spark of fury deep inside him igniting into a firestorm of death and destruction. Left-handed, Scourge unleashed a pair of savage chops at Yari's partner, using raw, brute strength to overpower his physically weaker opponent. The guard parried the blows, but the first knocked him off balance, and the second sent him stumbling backward. While the guard struggled to recover, Scourge focused his assault on the captain. Yari sensed the shift in her opponent too late to switch back to a more defensive form, and the Sith Lord was quick to exploit the tactical flaw. A 4-move sequence overwhelmed Yari, causing her to leave her right flank unprotected. Scourge seized the opportunity, his blade biting deep into her hip. Yari screamed, dropped her blade, and fell to the ground. The other guard leapt to her defense, recklessly throwing himself between his fallen captain and Scourge. The only reward for his effort was a quick death, delivered by a diagonal lightsaber slash across his chest. At Scourge's feet, Yari fumbled to reclaim her weapon. The agony of her wound made her desperate and clumsy, giving Scourge time to relish her suffering. As her fingers wrapped around the hilt of her electrostaff, he brought his boot down on the top of her hand, crushing the bones. He stared into the captain's eyes one last time, savoring her terror, before decapitating her with a single stroke. "We have to help Revan!" Mitra shouted, and Scourge turned to see that she too had just finished off her opponents. "He needs us!"
Yeah. So shit really hits the fan. Man, every time the book is explaining something that Scourge is doing, it's just always something brutal. And I love the sound effects as well in the book. It really helps you get immersed into the story that it's telling you. Really, really, really good. We got pretty far into this consular, not gonna lie. But I wrap it up here. But I do highly recommend checking out those books. And I know that listening to them is not for everyone, but if you're into that, you know, if you like having your headphones on, being immersed into a story, just getting lost for a few hours, then I really do recommend getting them on Audible. I know it's not quite as good as having a physical copy. Cheaper, especially if you're doing like a monthly subscription on Audible, it tends to be quite a lot cheaper than buying hardback physical copies. You think there's a novel where Theron goes that council member and the admiral he screws over is the minister we meet at Eternal Front? Yes. Yes, that is the Annihilation novel. It is a really good novel. And in fact, it doesn't even... It also has Satil Shan. She's in it. Jace Malcolm. He's in it. There are conversations with Jace Malcolm, Satil, and Theron. Not all at once with each other, I mean. So there's a lot of like little bits of lore that get filled in for you. Malgus's apprentice, who is meant to be a new Dark Council member. She's been elected for it, but yeah, stuff happens. It is a good one. It is a good one to check out, is Annihilation. So if you wasn't going to check out Revan novel, then Annihilation would be a good runner-up to that. Certainly not part of like the grand overall story of story, but it's still good, and it's related to the Old Republic, of course, quite a lot. It's set directly, actually. I'm pretty sure it's set directly after Ilum. Wait, no, forgive me. I think it's actually before Ilum. It's either just after Ilum or just before Ilum. I forget which. But it's basically set before you meet Theron. But it is good. It is a good one. Fatal Alliance, again, that's another good one. And that's kind of related to the game, but again, not like to the overall story. Just more of a side story. But still good. Still very good. And it's just cool to know that it's actually part of that era of the franchise. It's really cool. Alright, anyways. I'm probably going to get off now, though, just because it's getting late. And I am getting a little bit sleepy, not going to lie. I'm going to end up falling asleep on you guys, and that won't be good. It must have been funny for people who read that book to get to the part where Theron crossed paths with the Minister in Eternal Throne. Probably. Yeah, probably. It's Minister, Lawman! Minister! Yeah, you geek out hard with the books. Yeah, forgive me. Forgive me. I can't help it. Alright. I'm going to get going now. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you, Elmaster. Appreciate everyone else watching. I'll catch you guys next time we go live.